Hey y'all, it's Kate here and Chuck with Happy Hollow Farm. We just wanted to do a live today. We want to do a tutorial and show y'all how we do our edges for our leather products. Now I'm just going to wait just a couple minutes, let people come and sign in and get started with us so nobody misses anything. We were just thinking about it and realized that when we do our reels and stories and stuff, y'all don't really see that as much. The details of everything that we do, we just kind of show you little quick clips. But if y'all have any questions during the tutorial today, just let us know and hopefully we can answer them. So, oh, hi there. Nice to see you. We got a person. Okay, so let me explain a little bit about why we do finish our edges on our leather products. Oh, that's Ellie Mae. The little clicking you hear is her nails. There she is. Hi, Ellie. Come on, lay down, baby. So, the leather that we use leather from Wickett and Craig. That's full grain vegetable tan leather, and it's completely organic. And leather, when it's tanned and dyed and finished and everything, but when you cut an edge, it's exposed, and those edges are porous and can wick up moisture and kind of fray and get kind of funky over time. And a lot of people do a lot of different methods for finishing their edges. Some people do nothing, and they want that kind of more rustic look. Some people just burnish. Others do different kinds of paint. We've tried just about everything. And we finally, after all these years, have finally gotten to a method that we really like and think really works well. So today, to go through, do the steps we're going to do today, the tools and supplies we're going to need are a burnishing tool, and this is a manual one. They're very inexpensive online. You can get them just about anywhere. What we use is a burnishing tool that fits onto a Dremel, and they also have these ones. What are those called, Daddy? The things, it's like the machine with one side's a
sander and burnishing machine. It's basically a rotary disc.
Right, and it's stationary. And some people have that in their shop. But we like the flexibility of having it mobile. So that's what we use. We're going to need a slicking agent for the edges when we burnish. We use gum tragacanth. We just call it gum. But you can use a number of different things. I think some people use saddle soap. You can use water. Toconol. There's tons of different things. Really all you need is something that's kind of wet. Then we're going to need a paper towel. We're going to need a little thing of water. And yes, this water is dirty, but it's not going to hurt anything. We're going to need an applicator to put our paint on. We use this. It's got what's that word for the rolling thing?
Bearings.
It's got bearings so it rolls. This is inexpensive. If you don't have one of those, you can use an awl. Now this takes longer, but it still works. For a while we tried one of these fancy things. This is actually a multi-purpose tool. You could do a bunch of different things with it. It's got that fancy bearings and it goes real smooth. But I guess we just got used to the little cheapy one that we use, so we went back to that one. Let's see. You're going to need some beeswax. We get them in these little blocks. You can get a bag of them. And just 100% pure beeswax. Buckle Guy sells them in these little disc-like things. Then, let's see, what else, Daddy? Paint? Oh, yes, the paint. We use this paint from Vernice. It's a heatable paint. and we get it from Rocky Mountain Leather Supply. This particular color we're going to use today is Bordeaux. We use lots of different colors because we have lots of leather colors, and best we can, we try to match the paint to the leather if possible. We've got a couple colors that we don't have a paint color that we really like, so we kind of do that contrasting look. For instance, our russet is a very light, it's almost like, what'd you call
Caramel.
it? Like a caramel, a light caramel. And the paint that we found that matches it the best, we didn't really like it. It kind of looks weird. So we do a contrasting color on that. And some people like that also to contrast. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of leather that has a raw, unfinished edge. And we're going to take our gum tragacanth or whatever you're using. You're going to dip your finger in there, and you're just going to saturate the top. It doesn't need to be heavy duty, just enough that you could see that it's absorbed. And we go back and forth on this, both of us, Daddy and I, on whether or not you need to wait a while to start burnishing or do it right away. For the context of today's video, we'll just do it right away. Okay, so get your burnisher, and you're going to just put light pressure down on the edge, and you're going to go in a smooth back and forth motion till you start to see a little shine. It's about 30 seconds or so with this Dremel. Now this is a single edge, meaning it's just one piece of leather. If you had a product that, like a wallet or a purse or something that had multiple pieces of leather together at the seam, we would do another step where we would probably sand the edge a little bit to blend the seam, and it would probably take a little longer to burnish. So just back and forth. And all right, that's got a little shine to it, and it's smooth. And that just, a lot of people, they leave it at this point because that does seal the edges. So now we're ready for our first coat of paint. So we're going to open our little water thing here, so that's ready. Get your paper towel ready. That's for wiping off the applicator after you rinse it. Shake your paint. Make sure it's not all funky and settled. And we're just going to dip our applicator in there. And I always shake off the excess a little bit inside the canister so you're not dripping. Sometimes you can wipe off paint if you get on the front of your leather right away, particularly if the color's really close and you can't notice anything. But sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes like if you've got a darker paint and a lighter leather, it's going to stain a little bit, and that's not fun. So be careful. So we're just going to lightly and carefully roll this over our edge. And just don't rush this, just go really slow. And that's one coat there. So I'm going to set that aside. And we prepared ahead of time so y'all wouldn't have to wait to see the whole process, because normally we do this over a couple hours. You're going to set your paint aside and we let it dry naturally. You could put a blow dryer on it, but we just like to make sure that it's cured naturally. So we set aside for about half an hour. Then we come in with the second coat. And sometimes the second coat, for where we live in the Smoky Mountains, and it's very humid here. And we don't have air conditioning in our shop or heat, so it gets pretty humid. Sometimes it takes up to an hour for the second coat. But we pre-painted our little steps so y'all don't have to wait for all that. So we're going to get our applicator and we're going to do a second coat. This is a very good paint. You don't have to do a second coat, but we just liked how it looked with a second coat, and it just really, we want these edges to stand up to a lot of stuff. We don't want you to have to worry about, oh, I hope that's going to be okay. So just the same method, just lightly go over it. Always check yourself, make sure you didn't do any spills. We're going to set that aside. Now we're ready to cover up our paint because we're done with that. We're going to rinse our applicator in our little thingy of water. And that's what the paper towel is for, to dry this off. All right, now next, we've got our dried 2 coats of paint leather. And y'all probably can't see that, how it translates. It doesn't translate too well on the camera. But it's nice and smooth, no gaps. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our beeswax and we're going to just put a light coat, kind of like how when we were burnishing, just put a light coat of that on here. Not super thick, just enough to get a little bit on there. Now, I'm going to move y'all. We're going to go over there to our heat station and we're going to heat this. So I hope that this works okay. I hope I don't make y'all nauseous. Okay. Oh, there's Daddy. He's going to be cameraman. Okay, sit down, Daddy. See if he'll... Okay. So this is the heater we have here. What, do you know the name of this, Daddy? Okay. Well, it's a little machine that you specifically get that has little cords coming out of it, and it heats up these little things on the end.
You can use it for greasing and other things.
Right. You can use it for creasing and other things with leather. And it has a bunch of different applicators, things you can use. And they're very hot. Don't touch it when you're heating something because it hurts. And we know because we've done that more than we'd like to admit. So the same with our other methods. We're just going to go, once your heater's heated up. And again, this isn't really necessary. We just found it gives the best edges. It seals everything and kind of helps waterproof it. And we just like the way it looks. So we're just going to go over, and you can really see, y'all probably can't see because of the camera, but when you go over those edges with the heat, and after it's been waxed, it really gets a smooth edge. And this one, we like to do like 1 stroke at a time to kind of get it more smooth. And just for a few minutes here. Okay, now, that's all that needs for that. So, don't forget to turn your heater off. Now, we'll let that just kind of cool a second. And then, our very last step is we're just going to take our finger, and yes, we've tried this with a cloth, and for some reason, canvas, and for some reason it doesn't work as well. We don't know why. It's just one of them things. So we take our finger and we just go over lightly, just kind of moderate pressure. We go over that edge after it's cooled with that heated wax, and it gives a nice shine. And that's what we do for our edges. So we're so happy that y'all came with us today and stayed with us through this. Y'all have any questions or anything like that, please send us a message and let us know. And please stay tuned. God willing, next week we'll do another live and hopefully share something interesting with y'all. So thank y'all so much for coming. Bye.